Hello, everybody. Welcome to the American Sushi podcast. I am one of your hosts, Evan, and with me today, I have my other lovely co-host, Brandon, also known as Too Spooky.
What's up, boys?
And today, we have ourselves some background stories, some lore, some origins. So let me introduce our two guests today. First, he is the tallest person in all of the land. They call him Old One Tooth, but today we'll be calling him Adam.
Hey, everybody. I am limited exposure if they think I'm the tallest in the land, but we'll
How's
just
that one tooth?
forget that. I've got many of them, but I
Yeah,
have
it's
at
because
least
he's
one.
got at least one tooth. That's how he got that nickname. But the other person speaking, he is the main attraction,
Hey.
Joseph.
Hey, hello. Glad to be here.
Hey, thanks for coming on, boys.
It's a pleasure to have you here.
Man, this is exciting.
Thanks for having us.
So how about you guys give a little introduction, tell us about yourself, and tell us how you know your two wonderful hosts.
Yeah. Do you want to go first, Joseph?
Okay, I guess so. How about we do it together, Adam? How about we just
You just alternate
talk
words,
about
please.
our
Your
togetherness? Yes.
So when
Sure,
did it all
kick it
start,
off.
boys? When did it all start?
when did it all start? I think probably all got together in high school, right?
I've known you the longest, Joseph.
Yes, Adam, that's true.
I think that goes back to elementary, but
Oh yeah,
I'd say we were friends in middle school, though. That's really when we got close, I'd say.
I think so. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Wait, my doorbell just rang, and I don't know. I wasn't expecting company.
It's spooky.
Oh,
Well, I met Adam and Joseph freshman year of high school, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
In gym class.
AP. Oh wait, no, yeah, I
It
met
was
you in gym class.
Yes.
Yes.
I think I met you in study hall, Evan.
It was study hall too, yep. Because I vividly remember meeting you for the first time, Adam. Because your head was down and you were so tall. I'm just kidding, I don't remember you being tall, but I do remember you sitting looking very sad with your head down.
It was probably not. It's freshman year of high school, so I can't imagine being super happy.
That's true. Not a lot of happiness going around.
And then I met Joe in gym class because he was friends with this kid who went by Beaver.
Yeah.
Oh,
When he went
boy.
by.
Old Beeves.
And he was
He
like,
was an old friend of mine too. We knew each other from like daycare days.
oh my god, and he's
Dang.
excessively outgoing.
Yeah, you could say that.
And so he introduced himself to me, I believe, and then I met Joe, and then I'll let Brandon add where he came along.
Well, I do remember meeting everybody at least once before like we ever became friends, right? So like I remember
Yeah.
meeting Evan just outside of high school, like freshman year, a couple times, just walking home or whatever. I don't know where you were going. I don't remember, but
Oh, really? I don't.
not
You were
remember
just
that?
watching me.
what?
I don't. No, I don't remember that at all. You were just watching me, apparently.
Oh, well, like you'd walk like right past me and my girlfriend at the time, multiple times. I remember. But
Okay.
I had met Joseph at I think it was like a birthday party.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
With our good friend
Old Terry's?
Good
Yeah.
friend Terry.
Oh, good.
Oh,
I think that was the
good
first
for
time I met you. But I remember
I think
like
it
how
was, yes.
we all actually started talking was one day I was playing Xbox all lonesome, and like I see these two playing the same game as me, which happens to be Modern Warfare 3, the best Call of Duty. And I'm like,
Oh, that's right.
I
don't know
should
about two,
invite
two,
these
I like
guys
two,
to
but
the
okay.
game. And then you guys like bullied me for years. So
Here we are.
Yeah,
Well,
we never
I met
liked
Adam
him.
at some point through these two, probably also via Xbox.
Yeah, it was.
good
I
times
remember
on the
A
old
lot of
box.
Xbox connections. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's
So,
my memory of how I got involved, at least.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't remember meeting you, but we met at some point.
I mean, I specifically have multiple memories of it.
Well, it's good to know that I had an impact on your life.
Well, I'm not gonna say like we exchanged a lot of words, but I remember you. You'd like walk out the building and like you'd walk by and just like look over, and then you just
You were
keep
there.
walking.
I mean,
That's
y'all are good
probably
friends
true.
now, so a connection was made.
It
So
worked out.
at some point,
You guys locked eyes in that moment, and
Exactly. It was like visual. I don't know, like a connection. We'll just say that, a visual connection.
A connection. That's
first
what
sight.
you're saying.
sounds
You're saying a
sensual.
connection we made.
Yeah, it's kind of like how in anime when two people look at each other and like the lines hit each other and you know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
you're really trying to get
And
fan
the
fiction
frame-
road, aren't you?
The frame freezes.
Yeah.
Petals
yeah.
start flying behind you.
Well, I don't know if it's going shoujo, but close enough.
So like at one point, Joseph, you and Brandon became really good friends.
Yes.
That is true.
So I want to hear a little bit about that time period, the main arc, if you will.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna be
there
real
was just
quick.
a special bond there. I don't know.
Very special bond indeed, but I don't remember exactly why we started calling each other.
No,
names.
I have no idea.
I don't
have a
remember how that
damn
started.
Clue. I have no idea.
How what? Okay,
I
for
was
those who
trying to
don't
rack my
know
brain.
how what
Yeah, I know.
started.
The
Like whenever we would see each other, like we would call each other main, like really excitedly.
just main. Yeah,
I don't know.
And
Yeah,
we just kind of squeak it out.
yeah.
It was something.
I don't know why. I can't
know?
remember for the life of me how it started.
It makes
I
you.
really can't.
It's a sound that gets you excited, though.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're in a dark room all lonesome and you just hear that and everything goes bright.
Oh yes,
what it was like.
It lights up your whole world.
You guys just couldn't understand, okay?
No, yeah, you really couldn't. It's just it was a special.
I'll
connection.
be honest. I found it obnoxious.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that was part of what endeared it to me. You know, It's
I'm
because
sure. Yeah, I
everybody
mean, if you
hated
know
it,
your friends.
Yeah, you know
and
what?
me and Brandon.
We stuck it to the man.
Hell yeah, to the
Man Adam specifically.
Yeah, exactly. These guys are here like, God, look at these cringe
God,
lords.
this
And we're like,
sucks.
main! Yeah, these
They don't
guys got
understand.
owned. But yeah, we played a lot of games together. We hung out a lot after school. We started a
did.
musical group with some other
Yes, we
friends
did.
at one point.
Yes, indeed. It's a lot of fun times.
Yeah,
Lot
tell
of
me
fun
more
times.
about that.
Cringy times.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that music, please.
Well, I guess since we talked about this slightly before the podcast started, we originally just started. I think it was you, myself, Chris, and I can't
Jenna?
remember Jenna at some point too, also, and then Sam. And I feel like
And Kane was there a little bit.
Kane.
He was involved. I remember that.
Oh, I forgot about. Yeah.
I can't remember if it was just like
All these people.
because I know Jenna wasn't there like at the start. I can't remember if it was
Yeah.
just you, I, and Chris, or like if there was.
I think it was just me, you, and Chris. Like I think we were just talking on Xbox one day, and it got brought up that like you played drums and Chris played guitar, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick up a bass and we're gonna do this.
Right. Yeah. Now it's come back to me. You're correct. But specifically, one thing we couldn't figure out for a while was this band name because I was very adamant.
Oh yeah, we
on calling this
definitely-
band Dressed in Drag. All right.
We
I was
racked-
very
we
adamant.
filled out pages of names.
Yeah, we did have a lot of name possibilities because it's kind of like your identity as a musical group. Like,
Absolutely,
it's very important to get that
very
right.
important.
All right.
So I was adamant on that because I thought it sounded like super cool. It wasn't a name
It's
that
got some
anybody had
alliteration in
taken.
it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's great for them
Dressed
LGBTQ
in drag.
rights.
Exactly.
It's
we were on
a
the
great
forefront
name.
of this movement.
But
Oh,
everyone dumped on me and said
That's
no.
just
Dude.
a lie.
Everyone told me to shut up.
It was.
Well, I mean, I think I had my way
I
for like a
didn't
very
even-
small
I
amount of
did-
time.
I didn't even like the name, but
Yeah, they all hated it.
Jenna was also very excited about it.
Yeah,
wanna-
she was on my side. I was very happy
Yes.
about that.
Yep.
I wanna
And-
say
and
that
know what?
you guys had-
eventually wore us down, and that was our name for
You
a little bit.
had pages of names, and
Yes.
Dressed
At
in
least a
Drag
full
is what
page.
At
we
least a full
settled
page,
on.
yeah.
From
Yep.
what I remember.
Yep. What
Okay.
else was on that page? I don't even remember. Like Flux.
I couldn't.
That was
Oh, I
that was a
remember
big
Flux.
one.
I think you're right.
Wow. That's a good card game.
Oh, but eventually
Man, yeah.
we ended up changing it to Sandman, which, if you're
Yes.
not familiar, it came from
Oh.
a game that we played a lot as
as kids.
degenerate
Oh.
high schoolers.
So
Yeah,
much.
it's not kids.
How you
Well,
play?
well, we learned it as kids.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Basically, how it goes is you go to a playground of any type, and the person who is the Sandman has to close their eyes and try to find people. But if anybody touches the ground, you can say Sandman, and they're it. So
And
I imagine
wanna
there's a lot
add
of
an-
cheating involved.
I want to
Oh, yeah,
add an
always.
addendum to this, an addendum here, because Joseph would want to play this game every day, out of every
I
week,
love
out of
this game.
every month,
It was
Oh,
it
yeah.
was fun for quite a long time. I will say.
constantly.
Like
He
It
I
would-
was.
quite enjoyed.
Let's
it.
play
I love being
Sandman.
outside. You know, I love being on a playground. You know, it's fun. And it's a little bit dangerous. You know, you
Yeah.
might get hurt.
Especially because like where we lived, like
Possibility.
there was a good amount of playgrounds around too, so like you could change it up
Oh,
by
yeah.
going to different ones. Like that just made the whole experience like a hard reset. Like, oh, this is getting a little stale. Boom, new playground.
Yep,
Boom.
exactly. Where I live now, I still try to scope out. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
just
that
like,
park would be pretty good for
this park-
Sandman.
But
You know,
yeah,
it's got a lot of surface area there. It's got a few tiers to it.
exactly.
Nice.
It's got some monkey bars we can sit on top, and they'll never find it. So that's how we eventually got to the name Sandman for the band. And honestly, like I think it's a solid name for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think I liked it better than Justin Drag.
Well, that's debatable.
Everyone did.
Everybody liked that, is what you're saying. But yeah, so that's something we did for a long time.
Can you talk about the song you guys released?
Oh shoot.
Oh, well, they had a song called. Oh, what was it
We made a
called?
music video for this song. It was called Torment.
Oh yeah,
I
because
was
you for
so
film
edgy.
class, right?
Yes.
Okay, that I was like, wait, we did
I
do
did.
that.
We did.
Who wrote
Forgot
it?
about that.
We like filming, walking on the train tracks and shit, and I put a filter over it.
It's pretty
Yeah, it
edgy.
was fucking edgy as
wow.
shit, dude.
Who wrote
was
it?
Edgy to the. I wrote it.
He wrote
I
the lyrics.
lyrics.
He
Oh.
came up with like the original bass line riff
God.
too. You know, one
Yeah.
issue that was very hard with that band, I will say, is because I myself wanted to do like a lot of original music, right? And Joseph was like
Yeah.
the only one on board with me with that. Everyone
Yeah.
else was kind of like, well, we could just do like, you know, covers. Kind of looking at it now, it's definitely important to like learn covers together so you know how to like play
Yeah.
together, right? So
Yeah.
I'm all for that. But original music is like, you know, how you break into any sort of mainstream long
Yeah.
term, right?
Very true.
So it was very
something
hard
you
to
gotta
get
get to.
like our guitarist Chris to write his own riffs. So like
Yeah.
Joseph basically had to write them for him half the time.
I honestly did. I was like, I'm gonna play this, and Chris, I want you to play something like this.
Yeah, like that's how it went. Chris is a good
God.
guitarist. He just didn't know how to really
Yeah,
like
he just-
write his
yeah,
own
he
stuff,
just-
more or less.
Yeah, pretty much. I barely know how to play the fucking bass.
Yeah. And, like, at the time, I was very rusty on the drums. Like I've learned a lot since then, for sure.
Dude, I think you were the best musician we had, though. I think your.
Maybe.
I think.
I
your
think I had,
drum
like, the
skills
most
are what held us
experience,
together. Yeah.
but-
Okay. Probably that.
But I think I was also the one pushing mainly to actually like when we had a song kind of coming together, which was this one. I was the one who kind of pushed to like actually like record it.
Yeah.
I did record it in this hit program we're using Audacity for the record, so I barely knew what I was doing.
I thought it looked familiar.
Yeah. Like these days, like my brother has learned a lot about like music recording because he does his own stuff. And at one
That's
point,
awesome.
we went and like professionally recorded a few songs.
Damn.
Honestly, it was a terrible experience. I hated it.
Oh,
but
oh fuck. That sounds awful. I'm actually
talk
trying
about
to
that
like
more
learn
later.
some production shit. So.
You
that's
what?
Unnerving. I'm trying to learn some like music production stuff.
Well, I just had a bad time myself. Like, if you want me to get into it, I can. I can explain myself. But I
Sure.
would say, like,
Why
okay, so basically, we wrote 3 songs, right? Actually, sorry, 4 songs. And we are going to go record them with... There's this band called Belmont, right? And their singer, I'm pretty sure, was going to be the one, like, recording and mixing and everything. And then a different local band from our town was going to come with to, like, supervise and help us out, right? So I figured, like, all that sounds great. That sounds like
Yeah.
nothing
Cool
can go wrong.
opportunity.
What?
Cool opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that's another thing, too. It sounded like a really cool opportunity. But the big problem I had is, like, we had all these songs figured out. We knew exactly what we were going to do, right? But when we get there, that's when they want to change things and, like, do things differently. It's like, bro, why the hell did I learn how to play these songs if we're just going to change it? Because, like, you'd think, like, if you're going to go record, spend money, go out of town, all that
Yeah.
stuff, right?
You really
You'd
had your shit
probably,
together.
like, yeah, like, we could have easily had the talk about changing things before we left. And then like figured it out and then went,
On
and then
the
we could
drive
just
there.
record instead of like, oh, we're gonna do all these different things, waste all this time. It's like, bruh. So some things changed that like I wasn't a fan of. It was just a rough time,
I see.
a rough time. But anyways, so that's just my experience with music recording. But
Yeah, I
in
guess with
general,
studio,
I didn't know
you
what I was
kinda
doing. So our song
really-
turned out like not the best.
I think you're underselling that.
I'm gonna have to listen to it at some point.
It was pretty good.
Oh, you? Yeah, you think so, Adam?
I do.
What
I
is the
will
song
say-
called?
I'm not gonna say it's a terrible song because it's not. But like I think like the recording of it is not the best.
What's the song called?
Torment. Right?
Oh, that. Okay. Yeah.
That's what I-
I
no,
didn't know
oh.
you actually recorded that again.
Yeah,
Damn,
so the
I thought
other
you made
thing.
new ones.
No. Like
No,
that's
no,
what
we're
I'm not
we
talking about
turned
my
back to
experience.
talking
I'm
about
going back
Torment.
to our experience recording
Oh,
Torment.
okay.
My bad.
Okay, you're right.
As far as
Alright.
what I recorded, we actually never got any of those songs back. The sad part is.
Oh, that's fucking bummer.
Got
They just
scammed.
kept them. Cool.
Man.
Yeah, the guy never finished them
They
for
just,
us.
they
Oh, that
just
sucks.
What
stole
the
your
hell?
drafts.
Well, it's not that he stole them. He just never did anything with them. Like he didn't finish mixing them, more or less.
Oh, well, thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro. But yeah, I don't know. It was not a good experience for me personally. But I learned a lot from it. Like if I were ever to do it again, figure out what we're doing beforehand before you ever go. Pro
Definitely.
tip.
I mean, I guess it's a point. Is you got to
Studio
learn,
time
and
costs money.
you don't do that by not doing so.
Yeah, I know I went off on a tangent, but I felt it applied to this situation.
It did apply to Torment. The hit song.
And-
The
yeah,
hit
the
song
hit single.
from Sandman.
We're rising to the top of the charts gradually, but
I can't
assuredly.
remember. I know like you and I were working on some other like song, but I don't remember if we ever like actually finished a second song. I can't remember.
I had like scraps of lyrics.
Yeah, I remember that. And, like we had certain bass lines and drum beats, but we never like. I don't remember if we completed a second song.
I don't think we did.
Feels bad.
It does. It really does. I still have a ton of just like bass riffs and shit saved on my phone.
Yeah, I've just been like practicing things that I think sound cool in the drums. Like I finally learned how to do a really cool, what's it called, hi-hat roll type of thing. I don't know.
Nice.
I could never do that before.
I like it. You
So
still
when are
play?
Yeah, when are we going to get a remake of Torment?
This whole quarantine, I have not, honestly, and I'm very disappointed in myself. But I honestly, last night I kind of had an epiphany that I should try learning again and maybe try to.
Are we witnessing a reunion?
Nice.
So we're going to have
It's not that
a
I forgot
Sandman
anything, I'm so
reunion.
practiced.
Maybe. I still play with a couple guys over here every couple weeks or so.
Oh
So-
hell yeah!
So
But-
Torment
And
remake
actually,
when?
Kane shows up every once in a while.
Oh baller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like one thing I'm like remembering right now about the band specifically is that we had to move around a lot. Like
We did.
We did for a while. We were
did.
at Chris's house,
Few
and then
different
for a while
basements.
we were at Kane's house, and then at the end we were at your house for a while.
Yep.
But
Yes, indeed.
man, going out to Kane's because Kane kind of lived in bumfuck Egypt.
He
compared
was
to
way
we
out
did.
there. Yeah, and
So,
we were
like-
all cramped in a bedroom there.
Yeah, well, not even that. The thing that was tough is like Chris would be the one driving us because none of us had cars, right?
Right,
So
yep,
he's
I
got like
remember that.
3 seats, so we'd have to cram 4
was
people
it?
in there.
His
yeah.
nasty truck.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember
Oh, I
lying down
forgot
in the
about
back of
that
that
thing.
And like one time I felt really bad because like Chris had to take us all home, but he had somewhere he needed to be. And like I was like, damn, dude, I feel bad like making this man cart me around all the time. So like, fuck it, I'm getting a car. And like I took that initiative and got my license and got a vehicle.
I remember
was-
that
I
first
started
car.
driving
was-
around.
There was
I
Carl.
still have it.
You still have it?
Broken down.
He's broken down.
Yeah,
Carl was born.
Carl's out of commission.
Damn.
And died.
For now.
Shot. I gotta get a new one, but it's like expensive, so I've been waiting. Thanks, Carl.
For sure. Carl,
But-
rest in peace.
No, he's still alive. Okay, he's just
He's
resting.
slumbered.
Oh, okay. He's just
In-
okay. He's
resting
just
in the
retired.
driveway. R.I.D.
He's in the hyperbolic time chamber.
He's on
you
hiatus
go.
right now.
Yeah, hiatus. There we go. I love it.
So
come
I
back
want to
to that
hear a little bit more about this Terry character because I know
Oh, Terry.
Oh, we're
I
going
know
back
there's
to
some
Terry,
good
huh?
stories with
Ooh,
Terry.
Subtle
Gotta
foreshadowing.
Slingshot back to Terry.
Good old Terry.
Well, I
we
have
all
a
know
story I want
Terry.
to tell about Terry, but if you guys want to give some introduction to Terry, I'd be more than happy.
Yeah, he sucks.
We've been talking for a while, so if you two want to chime in about Terry over here.
Wow, this
So-
is an awful thing for us to chime in about. I feel.
I could say he was in my German class. Joseph, I think you were present
I believe so.
for some of that, but
Think so.
he was just a loud individual, which is not a bad
Oh, yeah.
thing, but for him it was. The things he would say were not very good.
well
He would
thought out.
often just he would say something and I'd sit there and be like, I'd have to question what just
You're like,
happened.
really? What?
Yeah, like did that what?
Did you think you could convince me of that? Are
Yeah.
you sure?
And he would he'd break out into spontaneous dance, which like that's not a terrible thing.
Oh God, I just remember.
But-
that.
Me too.
He-
We just had a
Oh, I don't.
a moment
I
there.
don't remember
Oh, I
this
will show
dance at
you
all.
after the stream. I will show you
Yep.
after. The
Oh, you
Yep.
need to see that.
Oh boy.
It's so good. It's
It's
so good.
Priceless.
Oh, man.
But I mean, I think at like a base level, he meant well. It's just the way he presented himself and the way he acted did not lead me to want to be around him at all.
Well,
I don't know. He did have a certain like confidence about him. I
Yeah,
guess.
Oh,
absolutely.
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 Like it was alluring at first. Like, oh, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy's,
Like
So,
kind of
Joseph,
cool. Kind of knows what he's
he
talking
could
about.
be a good friend. I will say
He
that.
could.
Like, I was
He had
friends with him,
potential.
like middle school into early high school, but like there's also a lot of shady things involved with that. I will say. Mm-hmm. The best way to describe him is he'd be kind of like a bro, right? Like if you're
Right.
if someone's out here in your face, he'd come up behind you and be like, "Bro, what the fuck?" He's that kind of guy, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So, hold on,
He's
before
also
you-
kind of a shit talker.
Before we
Oh,
get to the main event here with Brandon's story, I want to ask Joseph a question here. Did Terry or did he not take your iPhone at one point?
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even mine. It was an iPod Touch.
Oh, that's
was
right.
not- yeah. Okay. I was gonna jailbreak it for Jared's little
What?
brother, right?
Oh,
Okay.
I
Yep.
forgot about
I-
that.
I didn't know this. I remembered
I
this
had
for
my
sure.
own iPod Touch, and I had his. Okay, and for some reason, Terry stayed the night at my house, and the next morning I woke up, and like he was gone before I woken up. He said he had to leave early that day. I don't know, and the iPod was gone, along with $200 that in cash that I had just sitting in a piggy bank or something. And and what pisses me off the most is that he could have taken my iPod, and I wouldn't have had like to be responsible for someone else's lost shit. You know, and I
like a double
so
whammy.
bad about it that I gave him my iPod because. I was convinced maybe it was lost somewhere in the house, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to give you this until I can find it. Because Terry was obviously denying everything. It's like, man, I wouldn't do that. But
Terry.
Sounds about right.
Man. And so now we can get to the main event here.
So on the topic of him stealing, we could say that he has stolen a lot, because I've heard other stories too. But
Me too.
the literal funniest story I've ever heard involves him going to jail. Or getting arrested, whatever you want to call it. So, this is how the story goes. It's been told to me a couple times, so I know, like, for the most part, unless it's just all gossip, this should be taken as fact, okay?
All right.
So basically, in our area, there's, like, some neighborhoods that are, like, really nice for whatever reason, and then there's some that are not. So, apparently, on a Thursday morning at 6 a.m., you know, when most people who are, you know, your average 9 to 5 would be getting up, getting ready for work, all that jazz, right? This man and 2 other people decide to roll up to rob a house at 6 a.m. on a Thursday. Yeah, they decide to just roll up and rob a house. So what they do is they go up to this house, and they check to see if the door's unlocked, and it's open. So they go inside, but it's the wrong house. It's not the house they wanted to go into. And there's a guy there, and he's like, excuse me, what the fuck are you doing? And they're like, oh, sorry, we have the wrong house. So they leave. They literally go next door to the right house, and they kick the door in. And this guy's still watching them from a window. Yeah, like they kick the door in. Like they break it down. And they like start robbing TVs and shit. And the dude's like, all right, this is fucked up. Calls the police on him. And they like try to get away. And they get fucking caught.
no shit.
Like no shit. Like but
What?
yeah.
Are you
like,
kidding me?
I
Oh,
am
sorry,
confused,
sorry,
though.
guy, you were home. Let's
There's
go try
one
this
thing that
other one.
confuses me.
Why would anyone
is
think
that
that's a good idea? Like
Here's the
6
thing, though,
a.m.
that
on
he-
a Thursday?
they kicked down the door in the second house.
Kicked
Why didn't they do that on the
down the
first
door.
one?
Well, because they
was
checked if it's unlocked. I imagine the other house was probably locked, right? So
No, they didn't even
True,
check that
okay.
time. They're like, fuck it.
I'm imagining they probably had some sort of intel ahead of time, like, oh, this person's not going to be home. We can rob their house, yada yada. But they went to the wrong one, and then they're already caught. You think you'd just be like, all right, guys, we got caught. Well, let's just go home. All right, we don't want to. We're going to get in trouble, right? No, they just full send it.
They're
Full
like,
send it.
Nah, let me go to this next house. No way it'll happen twice in a row, guys.
So it's good to see that his thievery led into his adult life. It's sad to
Absolutely.
say.
Uh-huh.
Carry on.
That's
Is
like
he still in jail? I heard he got out because
I have actually
he
seen him
ratted
out
someone or
once at a
something.
Walmart.
Oh, you've seen him at
That was a couple
Walmart.
years ago.
Shocker!
That was like-
Shocker at Walmart.
That was like 2017.
Did he see you?
He did.
Oh, no.
Somebody else who was with him, who I had known, was like talking to me about some stuff, but I didn't want to talk to him, to be completely honest.
Uh-huh.
And like he was just kind of behind him, shadowing the whole time. I was just kind of like trying to get out of there as fast as I could, but he said one word to me, and I think I like gave him a weird look and said something back, and then I just left. Yeah, Terry's
That's
a
how that
cool
should
guy.
go.
Yeah, I remember him trying to reach out to me too after like I cut him off for quite a while, and he just messaged me on Xbox like, "Hey man, you want to play
Oh
something?"
yeah. Hold on.
fuck
I
him.
think
Wow.
he tried to
kidding me?
sell me his music before.
Oh,
What?
he gave you a CD?
I think I
Like,
remember you telling me about
Do you guys
that.
remember me talking about this?
I think, yeah. I think I remember
Yeah.
that.
Sure.
I think I remember you like also egging him on too, like, "Oh, this
Oh,
is
absolutely.
great!" Like,
This is great, man.
Oh, okay. Never.
You really got something here.
you were playing him like a fiddle.
I don't know. Okay, I tried to look for it, but the only thing I can find is 7 years ago. The last message he ever sent to me was, "Hey Evan, know where I can get some green?" And I didn't reply. If you can believe that, I didn't reply.
Cool.
Oh man.
Man, Terry's a interesting fella. You
I
can
do
tell him
remember
a
him
smooth
reaching out
criminal.
to me in high school asking if I wanted to spend the night at one point. And I remember never responding and thinking to myself, there's so many things in this world I'd rather do. Other than that.
At least the one benefit of this situation is I got to meet this swell guy Joseph out of it. So
Oh,
Aw,
thanks, my dude.
that's wholesome.
That
It is.
It really was.
Super wholesome.
Made it all worth it.
exactly.
So now that we had our wholesome moment, let's talk about some epic gaming.
Oh yeah, you fucking nerds.
So I want to put Adam on the spot a little bit here.
Sure.
He's gotten away scot-free. So, Adam, I
Adam?
was waiting.
Yeah.
I wanted him to say
Dead
yeah, but I
What do you want?
thought
What do you?
What do you think about Mortal Kombat?
So, I really enjoyed that game.
Oh, do
Fighting
ya?
games in general. I will say the one fighting game I haven't really enjoyed playing is Street Fighter because it's so
I agree.
different. I don't know how else to explain that.
Yeah, I watch a professional Street Fighter player on Twitch sometimes.
Oh, it's just intense. I don't know. Like, I am not willing to put
Brandon
the work,
got that.
like the time and effort to learn a game like that. But Mortal Kombat's accessible, so I really enjoy
Yeah.
it. But we played Mortal Kombat online pretty frequently as one of our go-to games, I'd say, for a while.
We did.
And I'm gonna just say my side of the story before you all say yours, so I can defend myself.
Great. All right, old one tooth, hit us with the truth.
So, if I remember correctly, which I do, obviously this is all facts. So, I was having,
Fallible.
yeah, I was having a tough day that day, and I was like, yeah, Mortal Kombat with the boys sounds like a good time.
We double.
And my internet up to that point was pretty good. Like, I didn't experience too many issues, but that day, it was lagging pretty
Yeah,
terribly.
Of course it was.
It was. And I don't remember who I was facing. Was it you, Brandon?
Probably.
Yeah. Because I'd say
More
Brandon,
than
no
likely.
offense to others, not that I'm like amazing or anything, but he was like probably the stiffest competition that
Easily
we.
the best.
Oh yeah.
And I am a naturally very competitive person, so I wanted to like beat Brandon every time and anybody I face. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I've got this,
destroy
lag or not.
him.
And I didn't. I did not have that. The lag was fucking me up. I could not like put any hits in when I wanted to, and I got to the point where, as a child, I'd rage quit frequently. It was a regular occurrence. I got to a point where I was like, "That's dumb. Why do I do that?"
Yeah.
It happened again in this instance. I got so angry that I shut off my Xbox. I just sat up and I went to go do something else. I don't remember if I even reached out to anybody after it.
It's healthy.
It was
Definitely rage quit.
Oh, it was. And I mean, you all can tell your side because I don't remember it super vividly outside of that. But I remember that being like the last time I've rage quit ever.
I don't remember it super vividly, but I do remember all of a sudden it just said Morg Stranders left the party. And Morg Stranders left the King of the Hill room. And I just started laughing so hard because I've never seen Adam get upset playing a video game. And then that happened.
Pulled out the Omo Lamos Shinderi ones, man.
It was like,
It doesn't happen
Brandon
often, but
tried
I'm just
so hard.
upset that happened.
Brandon tried so hard he made Adam rage quit.
I wasn't
Couldn't it
a
just
huge
had
tryhard
fun?
of Mortal Kombat 9 specifically.
I would like to mention, though, Evan, you have beaten Brandon.
Oh, he did.
Recently.
Evans beat me multiple times.
Recently.
I have beaten
Recently.
Brandon recently.
At Metacon, man.
Who do you guys
And-
play? Who do you?
Oh,
Brandon, you're
that's
Sub-Zero
right.
main, right?
Yeah, I am a Sub-Zero main, basically.
I'm a Raider.
I like Kano.
See,
Kano.
Kano's
Oh,
my
yep.
secondary. In
I'm a
Mortal
Kung
Kombat
Lao.
9, he was my main after a
Yeah.
certain point. Because nobody used him, but we got so good with him.
I just wanted to be as good as Brandon with him, basically.
You succeeded. Like,
I
whenever
definitely
at
was
the
at a better
end-
level with him.
At the end of our Mortal Kombat 9 journey, whenever we would both face each other as Kano, it'd just be so many like front flips all over the place.
just
Oh,
only
God.
Kano balls all the
flying.
time.
Just chucking knives.
Like it's just it's just like just back and forth. It was very hard to just like defeat each other because we both knew how we played. We both used like a lot of the same moves, so we knew how to like out counter each other. It was
Yep.
just back and forth, back and forth. It was like literally anybody's game.
Damn.
At a certain point.
That's great. That must have been fun to watch.
I really enjoyed Ermac and Raiden. I'd say like Ermac's probably my main, but Raiden, I knew this dope fucking combo that if I could hit it, I would be good. And he has that stupid teleportation thing, so I could just like bring it like other side of the screen. Here I am.
I just
I
really
do-
like
It's
hearing
awesome.
dope combination.
Whole combo for Kung Lao that basically like
Oh, I hated Kung Lao, man.
just
Yeah, I remember you
people.
playing Kung Lao.
I love Kung Lao, man.
I know you do.
I was
love
never
that
a Kung
hat.
Lao guy. I think he's an interesting character, but playing him, I was never a fan.
I don't know. Something just clicked for me.
Everyone has different playstyles. I respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. Playing Mortal Kombat, that was enjoyable. Like I
haven't played in forever.
don't spend a minute.
Just got some
Last time I
story
played,
DLC.
I beat Brandon, and that was it.
Yeah, it was.
Game over.
You were done.
I've
You
retired.
accomplished what you needed to accomplish.
Uh-huh.
Feels bad.
So since we Adam introduced Metacon a little bit, that was an anime convention that Adam, Brandon, and I went to. And Adam's not the biggest anime fan. So how about you introduce this? I don't want to speak for you.
I wouldn't say I'm not a fan. I just say I just don't have the willingness to commit the time that it takes to watch as much as I'd like to be able to connect to the community. That's kind of where, that's like what it boils down to. I just don't want to commit the time.
Diplomatic.
And I think like Metacon was a good experience because I'm aware of the community and I'm aware of like certain things because of Evan, Brandon, you all speak about quite a bit. And I've watched some anime. You know, I've seen Death Note all the way through, as basic as you can be. I get that, but I have seen that.
Full Metal Alchemist.
I've not seen Full Metal Alchemist. I have seen a good portion of Dragon Ball Z growing up. I watched Yu Yu Hakusho, I found out. I did not know the name of it. But I've seen a good number of episodes from that because my cousin,
a lot of classics.
He had so much anime. I grew up around it because I hung out with him so much. So I have nothing against it, and I think the community is really great. It seems supportive. But like I said, I just don't have the time that I want. Like I have the time, I'm just not willing to commit it.
There you go.
I understand that.
To watch it. But I do think it'd be worthwhile if I spent that time. But I just have other priorities right now.
That's
Can I
fair.
get to
That is
it
a
later?
very respectable position, Adam.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure at some point I'll step into it a little more and kind of lean into it. But right now I'm just not at that spot. But I will say I am for sure, I don't know what the term would be, but I'm like a noob when it like absolute, such beginner knowledge that at
Right.
Metacon I was asking
novice.
Brandon and
You're
Evan
pre-weeb.
so often, like, what's this? Who is that? I mean, I wore a goddamn Bioshock shirt because that's all I could really, video
That's the
games is like
closest
how
you
I
can-
relate
That was
to
his
people.
anime.
But I will say, I think I was the first person to be complimented or like getting a picture taken.
At the con?
Yeah, someone has to take a picture with my shirt.
That's true.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Multiple
That's
people
true.
actually.
At one point, we all got our shirts complimented. I'll just throw that out there. But
Yeah.
so, as a novice, as an
We're all
anime
cool.
premature baby, what would you say was your experience at an anime convention?
I'd say it was confusing, but positive.
All right. What are some notable memories that you have?
One notable memory is that game we played. It's kind of like Dance Dance Revolution, but with your fingers.
Oh yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
That was-
like whatever the rhythm game was, right?
Yeah, that was actually
Like
really. I actually got
slides
a
it.
skin burn from playing that, which I was shocked by.
Yeah, we loved that game.
It was a lot of fun.
It was. Another big or notable memory was cosplay that I saw. That was really cool to see people express themselves in that way.
Hell yeah.
No idea like who they were, but it was still cool.
Some people
just-
make some really
I was making it a goal to count
Yeah.
togas for Evan the whole time and make him take as many pictures
Yeah.
of it as possible.
Yeah.
It's his waifu, so if I saw a toga, I was like, Evan, toga, go.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many of them.
There was at least 10. At least
No, I'd
10.
Oh,
wear
yeah.
toga to a
I've
convention.
got
That
them.
sounds great.
No,
It's
like
not
toga
one
from My Hero
toga.
Academia. Toga from My Hero Academia.
Oh,
It's a
Okay.
character.
I
It's a
see.
waifu.
I see.
It's a waifu.
I was missing.
Uncultured.
Embarrassing.
I counted like at least 10. Made Evan
Oh,
take
yeah.
pictures with the majority of them.
Yep.
So
I will
Still got
say
those pictures.
another. I don't know if it's notable. I'd say it's scarring as well.
Positive for me and Brandon.
Well, I'm not referring to that. I'm actually referring to Nerdalesque first.
Yeah.
The
So
what?
basically,
I don't
Yeah,
know if
you
I
wanna
can
say that
explain
again,
that.
Adam?
it's just erotic stripping.
Yeah,
Erotic
it's like
stripping.
a play on burlesque, but it was really fucking weird.
Yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea at all, but
Like
forcing Adam to
burlesque
witness
is
That was
God.
well worth it.
it was
like a
great.
burlesque show is supposed to be sensual and like singing, dancing, and things like that. I get that, but this was just. It was weird. It was. I can't even say I'm glad that I went, but it was an experience.
What are your many?
And I will
regrets?
say the crowd was involved, for better or worse.
Wish we could
Better
have got
or
you
worse.
up on stage, but that's whatever.
That
I
was-
would have.
that was
I
the
don't know
goal.
what I would have done. I may have just walked off. Honestly, I would have taken that L for sure. But who knows?
So, all right.
Any
So
other
that's not the
experience from
the
that?
notable memory I thought was gonna come up.
All right, I'll say that one too because
My
that's
favorite
the main
memory.
line.
Yeah, you're gonna save the best for last here.
Yeah.
favorite.
So we were at one point going to. I think you could say a side note on this, Evan, because you were disappointed. But we went to this place for pizza.
Hot hoagies!
hoagies.
Hot hoagies, bro.
It was hot hoagies.
They weren't that hot, bro. That's all I'm
Yeah, I
saying.
remember Evan being very adamant
Lukewarm
about not so warm, lukewarm hoagies. So
Lukewarm. To the
actually
point
wrote a
where
review, if I remember correctly.
I left a Google review of this place saying it was lukewarm at best. And then no one ever commented on it or did anything, which I'm glad. I felt kind of bad. But then I read it like the next week, And I started laughing again at it. It's so dumb.
But stomach fulls of lukewarm hoagies and pizza, heading back to the convention. And at this point, I'm not thinking much. Like, we're all together hanging out. Like, I'm not going to sit there and be like, is this a good thing to say or not? Like, I didn't really care. I hadn't registered a thought, but what happened was someone had stepped, I think it was you, Brandon, on a manhole cover.
About that.
Someone had, and I thought it was Brandon. And I remember
manhole cover he stepped on.
I remember just yelling. I'm not going to yell right now, but I was like, come on, man. Like, super loud. And these two, were they girls?
They were like
young ladies.
teenage girls.
They just looked so afraid and sprinted away. It was not even like a jog, like, what the hell?
God.
It was like, oh my God, I'm afraid for my safety.
This guy is crazy.
It was the best experience I've ever had. Like,
I felt so embarrassed in the moment.
It was them.
God.
But like,
Yeah, it was not us. It was them.
And you just see this
It was
really
immediate.
tall guy just turn around, come on, and
Really
they just
tall.
sprint,
Come on.
dead sprint away.
No, I remember as soon as I heard the noise, I screamed. Like, it wasn't even like boom, boom. It was like boom, boom.
Yeah. He got very mad, but like he turned around when he did it, so
Stepped
the two
on.
girls just freaking sprinted away.
Just you hear the manhole cover and then, come on! Gone.
Oh, it was the best.
When I have a bad day, I think back to that because it always makes me smile.
I wish I could listen to their perspective of that situation.
Yeah.
Well, they probably went to talk
They're
to friends
still
like this
running
fucking
to this
maniac yelled at us.
This really tall guy.
This Sheldon Cooper cosplay.
I should have went. I had my beard at that point, so I couldn't.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Should have went
accurate to the
Sheldon
character.
Cooper.
But
Yeah,
that,
but
it was
it
a
says
great
notable memories.
That was fantastic.
great experience.
I will say, all right, this is also something I just want to mention. So I'm visually impaired and I can't see super well. I will say, going into something I noticed, something I'd like to point out to that community, as far as like tabletop games and things, is I could not play any of them really independently. I'd need someone else's help because the text was so small and things like that's just something I noticed. So that's, if I were to point out anything, that's something that I think could be improved. But overall, super great experience.
All right, you
Enjoyed it a
tabletop
lot.
game designers out there, make your fonts
Just-
bigger.
Take notes,
Yu-Gi-Oh sweats.
I would definitely go again to one.
or Adam will yell at you.
All right, cool.
Oh, can you talk
But yeah.
about our Uber there? Do you remember that experience?
I don't remember it
story's always
super
good.
well, but I remember talking about Metacon to her and her being like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, what are these weirdos in my car talking about?
But I will
that
say,
was on the way back, right?
No, it was on the way
no,
there.
yeah, because I remember I was pushing it pretty hard, the conversation, and like
Yeah,
she
you
was
were.
being polite and like engaging with it. But I'd say we ended up having a good conversation around it. I don't remember
Yeah,
a whole
'cause
lot outside of
I
it.
remember we got out of the car and Brandon and I were like, Adam, why'd you keep talking to her about that? She
Oh
was
yeah,
not
'cause she was like
interested.
very uninterested, and Adam just kept like, yo, yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
dress up like
I'd
this,
say-
they do this.
Because I like to talk to my rideshare drivers. That's something I like to do. And if they don't want to, then I'm going to keep talking. And if it's something, I'm just going to force on a conversation.
Wow.
And that's okay.
They're the one giving you a ride, you know?
That's how I see it. And oftentimes they're polite. And if they aren't, if they're like direct, like, I don't want to talk, I'm like, all right, I hear you. I won't force it. But if they're just going to politely say like, oh, cool, I'm going to keep talking. That's how I am.
What if they just told you to shut up?
I mean, like I have been told that, like, hey, can you not? I'd be like, yeah,
What?
I hear you. I'm going.
How do
Wow.
you, like, sign up to be a rideshare driver and be like, no, I don't want to talk
I
to
don't
anyone.
want to talk.
I mean, I guess like, you know, if you're very honest, be like, hey, can you just shut up this whole
Yeah,
time?
can
I
you
would say-
please- I do not care about anything you have to say.
I will
Like-
say I'm in the minority in that most people I talk to do not like to talk to the drivers. So most drivers I have are pretty open to it. The ones that aren't generally don't speak English that well, I've found.
Okay.
But overall,
Makes sense.
I will say I'm a 5-star rider. I've been told that through email, so I get
damn.
discounts. So
My God. You get
Okay, we don't
this
need
guy.
to flex about it.
I will
guy's
because I'm getting
flexing his
shit off for
Uber
talking to my
discounts.
drivers.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
just
Side note to
All the
that,
five-star
just a fun little
people, right?
fact. I actually had I have the number of one of my drivers I had at one point because we got along so well, connected, and I still speak to him occasionally. His name's Valentine. He's great.
okay.
So
Lovely.
yeah, I mean, I just want to throw it out. It was a very different experience, but
That's very romantic.
Valentine.
you could
His
say
name's
that.
fucking Valentine too.
He was incredible. He's starting his own business and shit, and he's like, he went to school for thermonuclear or something or another. It's pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, but anyway, that's just fun fact.
And see, you wouldn't have learned that if he told you to shut up.
Exactly.
That's true.
So
But yeah, that's my Metacon experience.
Yes. So I guess speaking about Adam being really mean to young children,
Of course. That's what he's best at.
Adam and I were counselors at a nerd camp for 2 years. He did 3 years.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about one experience in particular. Okay.
Oh boy.
And I'll even just, so this child was known as Goku. Okay. So it's anime related as well.
That was his birth name, his Christian name.
Well,
I wish.
No,
You could
it
say-
was
you
his
could
pseudonym.
you could say something like that, but
It was his wizard name.
With-
And that's not joking. Like, everybody had
No,
wizard
that's
names.
not.
oh, I want to be Goku.
Well, he said Goku. So, Adam and I, you couldn't really be alone with a kid. You'd have to have 2 people, like, watching them so they couldn't, like, I don't know. So we were at our cabin waiting for this kid to get ready for breakfast. And so he was looking for this was the summer of fidget spinners and stuff like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so this thing it was called a flow ring. It was kind of cool, but it
It
would,
was.
like, roll up and down your arm, and it was like this, like,
I'm gonna Google it real quick.
this ring looking
They're
like
pretty
almost
sweet.
like a slinky type thing. It's cool. But it would roll up and down your arm, and all the kids were fucking obsessed
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
I've seen these things.
Fucking
Them and
obsessed
Zots.
with them. And Zots, yes. And so he was looking for this while we were supposed to be going to get breakfast. And I was just like hanging out because I'm very lackadaisical. And I remember he was like, it's the kid, Goku was like, it's so stupid that I can't find my flow ring. And Adam does not miss a beat and says, you know what's stupid? That you don't have your shoes and socks on. And the kid just looks up so sad. Like, are you kidding me, dude? And I want to say, and each year there's a different counselor that's almost like a celebrity. And Adam had celebrity status for a long time, and including this year. So like the coolest counselor at the camp bullied Goku, and Goku just looked so sad.
I need to defend myself. So
Yeah, oh, please defend that.
I will say what I said was not appropriate, and I'm okay with that because that was at my worst. So I want to preface
You know what's
that entire
stupid?
thing. We had a shower. Like, so many kids did a shower every morning, and I was
Yeah.
kind of like the timekeeper, basically, yelling at kids essentially, like, get out of the shower.
Debatable. Not that year, I don't think.
So he's
but
like a prison guard, more or less.
It still happened that year. Not as sternly, I
not
guess.
as strictly, but okay.
But I mean, that still is it's a stress. And I was not getting that much sleep because I had to wake up and run with the kids who were training or
Okay.
whatever.
Yep. I'll absolutely give you that defense.
And I was going back and forth the Great Hall to our dorm 3 or 4 times at that point. And Goku comes like, hey, can I go back? I'm like, Evan, let's fucking go. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm pissed. Like, I just want to eat my gold grams and enjoy my breakfast. Like, that's what I'd like to do, but I'm not able to do that right now. And that's all of that led up. And just, you're with kids 24/7 at this camp. You know, it's
How
like
old are they?
K through 12 essentially.
Yeah.
So,
All ages.
All ages.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kids.
All
Yep.
the kids.
and it's a super great camp, great experiences,
Wonderful.
but super stressful as well.
But
and all of that
sometimes
led
Adam
to
has to
me.
bully a child.
Hey,
Sometimes you gotta put those stupid kids in their place, Adam.
like I said, if that's my worst, where I say something off the wall like that, I'll take it.
That's
You know,
true.
yeah, you're a very poised individual, Adam.
That is not the worst story from that camp, for sure. I will say that.
Salsa Doom or
No.
Also Doom.
you dunked on him,
can,
right?
You can start that. You can start that lead up, and I'll
just say
look
that-
bad for. I'll look bad for that one.
So there's so much shit that happened with that. He was in my group, and he was super not engaged with anybody. He was like, had long hair, kind of flipped it. It's like, fuck life, you know, like that sort of emo stage.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
He also refused to shower, so that was great. And he was like, thought he was really tough as well. Like, he would just kind of bully kids. That's kind of where he was at. He was not that much shorter than I am either. He was pretty grown for being in 7th grade. his voice had dropped at that point too, so he thought he was tough shit. And we had this game called, was it 9 Square?
This was 9 Square, yep.
Yeah, so in this game, it's like 4 Square, but it's better in my opinion. It's really, really fun.
Yep, super
You can correct me if I don't explain this super well, but basically you go in a sequence, and in the middle, there's like the king, queen, ruler, essentially, and they are trying to, secure their spot as that position, while other players are trying to like hit the ball down into their square. And it's hard to explain without seeing it, I guess, because it's just kind of like a weird layout. But you basically keep going. So if you keep knocking people out, you go further down until you take out the king or queen, and then you become that.
Think like 4 Square meets volleyball, almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good way of explaining it. And then I think, so his wizard name was Thulsa Doom, but we joked and called him Salsa because it pissed him off. And
or Coleslaw.
Oh, I forgot about Coleslaw Doom.
Doom. That's the one.
Is it Dune or Doom?
Doom.
Moom. Okay.
Doom.
And I think he was king at that time in the game.
He was.
And I just remember Evan jumping up, trying super fucking hard, just dunking on this kid, like slamming the ball into the dirt. And Thulsa's like, what? And Evan's like, take that, Coleslaw. So what called me a bully.
True story. Absolutely true story.
Both just bully kids is what you're saying.
No, but I would say
hate children.
But I would say mine was more of a Robin Hood. Mine was more of a Robin Hood experience, though, because Coleslaw was bullying other kids. All right, Goku did nothing wrong.
You can try to defend your bullying. It's still
Goku
bullying.
did nothing wrong.
Bullying is
Goku
still bullying.
did nothing wrong, he said.
He should have not forgotten his shoe. He went to the fucking Great Hall without a shoe.
You know what's dumb? That you don't have your shoes inside.
I say about what I said.
That it was so quick. He said it.
That's what I'm saying. My filter was gone, man.
Yeah, it was.
So tired.
This is so
Oh
sad.
man, it was good.
There are other
a good
stories
camp.
from that camp too, but there's just too many, and I don't
Was
have
it-
them vividly in my
Was it
mind
an
right now.
overall
So.
positive experience?
Oh my
Absolutely.
god, yeah. Tremendous
Unequivocally
experience.
great experience.
We'll have to
All
save
right,
more
well,
stories.
And I'm very glad
That's
Evan joined me.
What?
What?
I heard Brandon say something, and then man, never mind.
Cool.
Well, I mean, that's Frogwarts. So.
Great.
Yep, it existed.
Well, I guess in that case, we should transition over to these fat LAN parties we used to go to. I don't
Ooh,
think
that's
we talked
right.
about those yet.
That's
No.
right.
I have not.
So, I mean, I know we've... Did you go to one, Evan? I don't even remember.
No,
Oh, so you're the one
well,
that
I
didn't.
can explain the party I went to, but that's a
Oh,
follow-up
good.
story.
Well, Adam, Joseph, and I have at least been to one, if not more, of these LAN parties throughout our friend group. We had a friend that hosted them every so often. A couple people, I guess, but one comes to mind specifically.
Yes.
I know that Adam didn't have the best experience at these LAN parties.
It wasn't a bad one.
But I had like some good times.
Yeah, I think it was great. Well, me and you brought our gaming rigs, and Adam
That's
didn't
true.
have one.
Well,
Yeah, I was just
I
confused.
wasn't really a PC gamer at the time, right? Like I had a gaming PC, but I didn't game on it. You know what I mean? Like I was on Photoshop half the time, just
Yep.
dicking around. But my highlight of those things was two things. It was the Mortal Kombat tournaments because I would dunk on everybody.
Absolutely.
I won all of them.
Yeah,
Frick
that's
these
true.
guys. You know what? Bunch of nerds. That's all I'm saying.
Whoa.
All right, okay, that's fine.
You know,
You
I
gotta
talk
be
a big
rude.
game.
Remember coming close?
got
I think
a
I
big
got second place once.
I
and
think
then
you
beat
did as well. I think you did as well. I know that Kane almost destroyed me once. Like I literally
Oh,
had a
damn.
sliver of health, but I came back and won it. I don't know how, but it was an upset to say the least. But though I liked doing those a lot because it was a lot of fun to go back and forth and watch other people, do their matches and all that jazz. Regardless of winning or not, it was very fun. Also, since there are so many people there, you could also play like really group-related games. Like I know we played Mafia with like the cards a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is one of my highlights because those were super fun. I'd never
Oh, I
played
love that
before,
game.
but it's great. Otherwise, like I didn't really play much PC stuff the whole time, whereas everyone else got their like whole setup, But that's
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, I think it was better when we all like grouped around the Xbox or we did a group game like Mafia or something. Because when we're all still like at our rigs, we're still kind of isolated, I guess.
Yeah,
And it's still
We're
not
together,
as much of a party
but
as
not
as,
really.
as like those like Xbox tournaments are,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see
I
that
agree
for
with that.
sure.
Involvement is key, I think, in those situations.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
And I remember my experience. I'm guessing you were there, Joseph, and you probably were too, Brandon. But Like for some reason I just remember Jared, our mutual friend.
I remember you guys.
Yeah, so
Push-ups to stay awake.
yeah, because I remember at one point the group played Rock Band so much.
Oh yeah.
And we got to a point where like, what do we do? like that's kind of where we were at, and then we were trying to stay up, and like Joseph mentioned, we just started doing push-ups.
Yeah, we were
like,
trying to stay up all night, and like probably about like 5 a.m. you guys were like, okay, we gotta work out. Let's go.
Yeah, because there was a bunch of people playing on their PCs as well, and
Yeah, we were just trying to stay up to get to Perkins the next morning at 6 o'clock.
Oh, that reminds me.
I love Perkins.
Do you remember the projectile vomit from pancakes that I had? Do you remember that?
What?
I
Bro,
think so.
First of all, let me just say that it is a tragedy that Perkins is no longer 24 hours. A tragedy.
Yeah,
modern,
it really is.
like-
Is that because COVID or?
No, just in general.
in
like,
general.
Before that. Like, I don't think we have
It's
any 24-hour restaurants in our town anymore. Which
No,
is
we
very
don't.
sad.
Really?
That is
Yeah, we
terrible.
don't. Like, but Perkins Perkins specifically at 5 a.m. hit different. Okay.
Oh my god.
It hit different.
Oh yeah, and there was that one server lady
Yeah,
who was
who's always
very
there.
polite, who fucking nailed
Yep.
her job because she would take like 12 orders at once, memorize them all, not write a single thing down, and bring it all out perfectly.
Basically, she understood that we were epic gamers, and we
She
understood
did.
that.
She really did.
Basically, is how that went.
Oh.
But there was one time
Love
where,
that
like,
woman.
you know, obviously we're staying up all night, we're drinking God knows what, we're not being healthy people, okay? So
No.
I ate all these pancakes, and for some reason we went to Walmart because I think everyone's like, dude, let's go LARPing. So we were gonna try to like get like foam swords or some shit.
What?
Just very stupid, like degenerate stuff, right?
Right.
And I don't know why, but like got
That's
into
the
the
fun
parking
shit.
lot. I'm like, bro, I feel like super sick, and like I had just eaten like 6 pancakes, right?
Yeah, like a tower.
Oh, no wonder.
Yeah, so like we're walking in the parking lot, and I'm like, whoa, like everyone's walking ahead, and I'm just like, yeah, hang on a second, and I just fucking literally like like
I
the
remember
Exorcist
this. I
level,
remember this shit.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
the
All right, let's go.
Exorcist level pancake trajectory out of my mouth was nuts, and Joseph's the only one like guys, like what?
Yeah,
oh
everyone's
God.
trying to walk in the store. I'm like,
No
hey,
one
should
knew
we
what was
wait for
happening.
them here?
Except you. You were the only one who's like, oh no, my guy. But yeah, just I just remember
No,
that's
you were a trooper, man. You got it all out. You were like, all right, we're going.
I
Let's
have
get
like
in there.
not the best stomach. Okay, like I've thrown up multiple times. Fighter bite, but
That's true. Fighter bite was great.
yeah, but like I throw up not that like pretty easily in all like in the grand scheme of things, right? So I know how to take it, and I always feel better afterwards. But that's probably the only time where like food has literally shot out of my mouth like a squirt gun. Just,
Oh my god.
What a visual.
but yeah, that came from the Lan Party. Joseph witnessed it firsthand, so I figured that'd
I
be
did.
worth talking about. Sorry to everyone who's like, "Ugh, God, that's disgusting." You know what?
Hey, well-
You're disgusting.
You have bodily functions too.
Yeah, I do.
Unless you're a robot.
That's that's
Or an
also
e-girl.
true.
Damn.
An
You guys got a lot of
e-girl, yeah.
robots in your audience?
At least one.
Yeah, probably.
That's cool.
Nightbots. But yeah, but that's the story I just felt like remembering right there. I don't know if there's anything else to touch upon with Lan Parties in particular. I mean,
Yeah.
what
I
is
don't
this
know.
party you're talking about, Evan, or do you not want to talk about it?
Well, we can talk about it a little bit.
Like, it's your call. You brought it up, so I'm asking if you want
Yeah,
to, but you
it was
don't have
it was
to.
more of a drinking party, and I remember Joseph was there, I believe. It was just one of the first ones, and I remember everyone was very inebriated in some facet, and we turned on Tron Legacy.
Oh, what a movie.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, I bet you don't remember this, huh?
Legacy.
Man's blacked out over here.
Yeah. how
Tron
fucking-
Legacy. And there was this one guy that was there, and he was very, very, very inebriated, and so he was
Do
very.
I know this man?
You do know him. It's Quentin. And so.
Oh, well, I forgot
And,
what it was.
and he's a very, very loving person when he's inebriated.
Oh,
And
Yes.
so he would be like trying to cuddle people, and I didn't want that, so I was like, all right, Joseph over here, he'll cuddle you. And so they were cuddling while Tron Legacy was on, and then everyone passed out, and I was the only one still watching this film. And so I had to get up and turn it off when it was done, and then just contemplate my life choices.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
But
So-
was it a good movie?
I like that movie a lot, in fact.
I don't remember anything about the movie.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
You know what's,
no,
you know
I
what's
know.
even sadder? I don't even remember cuddling Quentin.
Oh, that is sad.
Yeah, he's probably hurt if
Missed
he ever
out.
hears this.
F in the chat.
Disappointed. It was, it
In the
happened.
chat, please.
Those were some kooky times.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed.
You know who else is kooky? Chop Chop.
Oh,
I was hoping
what
we
a
didn't talk
guy.
about this, honestly, but I don't
So-
like Chop Chop.
Back in the Xbox days.
So
throwing that
Xbox 360, Xbox Live parties we'd hang out in. There's this one guy that I got introduced to, and I don't remember. It was through Adam or Joseph for sure.
I think it was
I
me.
think Adam, yeah.
Probably
I think
Adam.
first.
Jared and I found him. Imagine this. Jared found him, probably.
Jared's got a lot of.
I actually
Yeah,
didn't know that.
Jared
I think Adam
attracts
found it.
weird people.
He
Jared,
sure does.
I also
Jared is a
attract weird
weird
people
magnet.
too.
Yeah.
So this guy Chop Chop was British and perpetually intoxicated on Xbox.
Oh, so much.
Like,
And I think he was also like in his 30s or something, right? Like he was.
yeah, he was very
older,
old. Not
and
very
we
old,
were
but
all,
he was
and we're like
definitely
18.
old.
So
And we were young, maybe in high school even.
Yeah, I think we were. Like 16, 17 probably.
probably yeah.
I don't know how I met him. Probably through Adam is how that's going to be. But I would like just have these conversations with him and try to track what we were talking about. Because that's like trying to herd cats or like I don't know how to even how to like
It's
describe
impossible.
his stories. But the one that I remember the most vividly is he Adam knows where I'm going. He would go he said something about like, "Oh, do you guys we'll do a quiz. Do you guys know what the tallest mountain in the world is?" And both Adam and I were like probably Mount Everest or something. And he just yells into his mic as loud as possible. Wrong! He screams it at us, and we both just start laughing.
God, he was so ready with that.
I don't remember what he even said after that.
It says
but
K something.
yeah,
K-
something.
I don't know.
And so he just was a very interesting character, and he was a recurring character. He wasn't like a protagonist or anything, but
Right, he was definitely a side man.
within our story, he's
An
a side
NPC,
character,
if you will.
an NPC for sure.
I do regret inviting you to get to know him, Evan, because you would invite him into our parties.
Oh man,
What?
And I'd be like, come
He was
on.
always eager. He always loved to come talk.
He always came, he's like, hey, Evan. Like,
Yeah, I hardly remember anything he said, but I just kind of remember a haze of him
it was all nonsense.
kind of talking like this, and I don't know.
I mean, I remember his gamer tag. He thought of himself as a very intelligent person. So,
And Brandon really likes him, so
No, I hate him. I've
To
never
this
had an
day.
enjoyable experience with Chop Chop. Ever. But I guess, like, on the topic of Evan inviting, like, 1 million people to our parties.
What?
There was one time. So, like, basically what he would do is he'd, like, invite all of the recent players to his party, and then he'd just leave when he was getting off. So,
Yeah.
really upsetting. But,
No, I would,
Fucking
I would
annoying.
All those
stay.
people can make some friends.
I would see. Thanks, Joseph. But I would also stay very frequently when
okay,
that
well, this
happened, too.
particular time I'm thinking of, you did not stay.
I
So,
definitely got off. Yeah.
Eventually,
I definitely wasn't there.
we kicked most of the people out of the party, right? But there was this kid in our party for some reason. It was Adam and I and this kid. And we were playing Modern Warfare 3. And there was one point where he's like, "Oh, I can't get my Xbox to work," or something like that. Like, this is probably, like, guaranteed, like, an 8-year-old, maybe.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
this more bullying
Super
children's
young
stories?
kids.
What's Call of Duty? More bullying?
Probably, but
Brandon
basically
bullied
what
the kid.
happened
You bullied.
was the kid was like, "Oh, I can't get my Xbox to work." So I was like, "Well, why don't you kick it?" And then you just hear in the background, right? And then like you just hear like this sound, like this revving sound for a second, and then like the kid's like very quiet for like a minute, and then he's just like, "I think my Modern Warfare 3's broke." This kid actually kicked his Xbox and
Oh,
broke
he
the
sure
game.
did.
And like Adam and I are just sitting there like not like we're laughing internally, but it wasn't until like the kid eventually was like, "I gotta go," and then he got off and we were just like hysterically like freaking out about what just happened because
it's just so
how often do
clear.
you get a kid to break
Brandon
their game?
joked.
Yeah,
Like,
like
it was
the
a
kid
joke.
actually kicked it. Like you could audibly hear it in the background.
Like, it was not like was that a kick? Like, he fucking kicked it. Like,
He just took his headset off right there. It was like, all right, this is what I need to do.
this man told me to do this.
Kicked his Xbox. You know, there's also one other Xbox story that comes to mind, if you guys don't mind.
Oh, please.
I know that
Right.
Evan knows this for sure. Joseph,
Oh,
I
good, I'm
think you
excited.
also know this story, but I don't remember if you were there or not, so I'm just going to tell it, all right?
Okay.
So basically, we had a Diablo 3 kick for a long time.
Oh,
Oh, that was a pretty fun game.
Yep.
Yeah, so there was one night where we were playing it super late into the night. At some point, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make myself a frozen pizza. And I just want to throw out there, Tombstone is the best frozen pizza. I will fight anybody. Anyways,
Tombstone. this
going
guy.
on. So I
Okay.
put this pizza in the oven, and then we were playing some Tombstone, or not Tombstone. We're playing some Diablo 3, and I'm making like a mental note to go check this pizza after like a certain amount of time, right? Well, 2 hours pass, and I had forgotten about this pizza. So all of a sudden it clicks in my brain, oh no. Like, I think my house is like about to burn down. So like rip my headset off and sprint out there, and I go in, shut the oven off immediately, look inside, and like honestly, I expected this pizza to be destroyed, but in reality, it was just very, very, very crispy. And I still ate it. I have since left pizza in the oven in my adult life 2 other times since that time. And those times it was not edible. I'm going to say that right now, even though I left it in for much less time. So I think my dad's oven was just not super powerful, honestly.
Probably.
But
You lucked out.
2 hours, I did not burn my house down. That pizza was in the
2
oven.
hours. Yeah, that's. Thank God that oven was underpowered.
Yeah, dude. Like, I cannot imagine. Like, that thing should have lit up in flames after like 4
Oh
minutes.
yeah, it should have been
I don't know
just
how.
ash.
It knew you were Epic Gaming.
Yeah, and I ate it too. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like I was like, oh, dang it, I
It
fricked
still
up my
had
pizza.
color in it. Like,
It was very, very, very dark brown, but it wasn't black, right? So it's not like burnt to a crisp, but like the sauce was very like the cheese was just super crisp. I don't know. It was edible, but it was not that great. I will say that right now, but I wasn't going to waste it after all that time. So that's my Xbox story that comes to
admire
mind
that.
real quick.
You had to
I'm
have
glad
some
that you
gamer
remember
fuel.
that, Joseph. I figured you were there because we were all playing Diablo 3 a lot at that time.
Yep.
And we never went to bed, but
Yep.
that's what I remember specifically.
So this all jogged a memory in my head of
boy.
spending the night at Joseph's house. I think Adam was there for this experience, and we stayed up forever because that's what hooligans
we
do.
did. Yep.
Epic
Yep.
gamers. And we went down to his computer, and we stumbled across quite possibly the most humorous thing in all of human existence.
I don't know
All right.
if I remember this.
What is it?
It's the Game of Life SpongeBob SquarePants edition. and
That's a great game.
I
It
don't
is.
remember exact. This is definitely only because of Leapless delusions.
Yeah.
But we were playing it, and at one part of the game, there is like an NPC fish that farts, and you can see the bubbles. And then he just starts losing it. He just starts laughing like there's no tomorrow
Oh my God.
at his own fart.
Like the fish starts laughing?
Yeah, the fish does in the
forgot all
game.
about
So
that.
someone programmed this fish to fart and then slap his knee and start laughing.
Oh my god.
That's the only animation he had.
That's all he would do over and over. And I think we just kept restarting the game to see him. I don't think we ever played a full game of it.
I think
Wow.
I had a physical version of the SpongeBob Life as well
Oh,
that I found at a garage sale. I don't have it anymore, but I was an avid collector.
I mean, what's
Gotta
the
get on
point
eBay.
if you don't have a farting fish?
Yeah.
yeah.
you're right.
You can't really have that in the
Yeah.
physical game.
Yeah, you should make like a cardboard cutout of him just to put on the board.
Need the true experience. It
And
helps.
speaking of epic games, I remember once, and this also goes kind of back to Sandman, but this may or may not be like part of the inspiration for. I don't want to claim this, but I'll put the feelings out there. Either for Brandon's birthday or some celebratory event, I got him his favorite video game, the Naked Brothers Band for Wii.
Oh.
And so I want to ask, how did that contribute to the musical stylings of Sandman and Dressed in Drag?
It didn't at all. I will say that.
That's
I will
crazy.
say that
Brothers
multiple
I don't
times-
think so. Are you being? You don't need to.
Experience.
I tried
You don't
to
need to
pawn
be
that
modest.
game back to you. Multiple
very-
times I tried to pawn it back to you, but it always ended up back in my car.
I'm
For a long
I'm a
time-
modest person. You don't need to save my ego. Okay, so you
well,
can
for a
explain
long
how
time
much.
it existed in my trunk. I have never actually physically put that game into my Wii. I can say that for a fact. But I will say, out of respect for my dear friend, I do still have that. I have not gotten rid of it.
Oh wow, it's still in the trunk?
No, it's probably in my house somewhere now, unfortunately.
When are we gonna
Well, you
get
know
a
what you
stream
gotta
of you
do once
playing
it's
it?
done.
I think a stream would be great.
You know what? When we get affiliate on the American Sushi Twitch channel, American_Sushi, if you're not following already, slap that link. But if somebody donates 20,000 bits, I'll do
Oh
it.
my god.
What?
20,000.
Great.
You heard it here, folks.
It's.
20,000
I think
bits,
it
I'll
should be
play
a-
Naked Brothers Band on this.
I think it
Twitch
should be a
channel.
20,000 bit total.
No, it's got.
I think that's more reasonable.
I mean,
Great.
if a couple people want to group together and do it all like during the same stream, fine.
Awesome.
But it's got to be all during the same stream or all at once. That's all I'm saying. I will sell out Give us money.
We'll take it.
Why do you hate musical genius, Brandon? Like, what's going on
I
here?
just want money first. That's all.
Okay.
You want my music? I want your money. That's
I don't
that.
care about the children. I just want their parents' money.
Oh, well, I mean, as long as we all have stories about bullying children. Joseph, what children have you bullied?
What children have I bullied?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I like children. I don't.
I don't know about that.
Wait a minute.
Suspect.
Yeah,
Wait a
what did you just say?
Don't take that the wrong way.
Well, I didn't take it the left
shit.
way.
Well, yeah, I can't.
Come
think of
on
anything,
now.
man. I don't.
Who
You've
have
never
you...
once bullied a child?
I'm sure I have.
what's
I'm
wrong?
sure
You
I
bullied
bullied
James.
plenty of
James is a
kids.
child.
bullies.
Oh, James is a child.
You bullied James. He's a child.
What did I do to James? I'm terribly sorry I ever heard.
You don't answer his phone calls.
Yeah, he calls
Oh,
you frequently.
okay,
You don't
okay.
answer his calls.
No, I do not answer.
He
his
just
calls.
wants to have a swell.
Because
possibly you need.
I have answered his calls when we
Like-
were in high school, maybe like 3 or 4 times, and they were always prank calls.
James
I-
is prank calling. Oh wait, I know what this is. Never mind. I'm just gonna throw him under the bus.
It's just
though.
some website that he's like putting my number into, and I'm getting this shit, and that's why I don't answer his phone number anymore.
I'll have you know that James has become an outstanding.
You know what? I would
citizen.
love to see James again.
He's a
I
tremendous guy.
barely knew him to begin with. So.
That's
Well, I'll tell him to give you a
sad
call.
thing for you.
Oh, okay, I'll answer this time.
Oh, perfect. We had a heartwarming coming together moment here without him involved.
Awesome.
I hope he just tries to call me out of the blue, and then I answer it, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't expect this."
I'll have you know, I've suggested to him to call you, and he'll always say, no, Joe won't answer. He doesn't like me.
Well, he specifically says
well-
that you don't like him.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay. That upsets me. I'll answer next time.
How
Well,
dare
now
you.
we can point to this moment in time that you said you don't dislike James.
I do not
Documented.
dislike James. James,
There we go.
you're a swell fella. I know he's out there
But
listening.
you do
right now.
bully him though.
You did bully.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm sure I did. What?
I mean,
oh,
no, you did.
Kyle. Obviously, I bullied.
Oh,
Kyle.
there we
you
go.
bullied
Dude,
the
frick
fuck out of
Kyle.
Kyle.
though. Come on.
All right, you guys got to explain who Kyle is and why you guys bullied him.
Well,
This is a Joseph story since Adam's
all right. I
already
guess so
yelling at
it's,
Goku.
Adam mentioned Jared earlier, our strange friend. He has a little brother named Kyle, and he's not great.
He's worthless.
He's worthless. You could say it. And I wasn't going to go
All
there.
right.
That was
I
the
mean-
adjective we used a lot. But I wasn't going to say it. But you know,
That's
it's kind
okay.
of it's
I want
kind
to
of
add.
works.
I'm not scared.
I need to add context to that term "worthless" because that sounds awful.
All right, it does
Okay, it
sound
sounds
awful.
awful.
it's
but
not
it's a
true.
part of the joke.
We
Okay.
use that term not endearingly, but
No, not endearingly.
Casually.
It was.
bully
so
him.
it's we did bully him. We did. But
It didn't have. It doesn't have the
he's
connotation
a
of like.
very whiny and entitled child,
There's no
and
Xbox.
he's very lazy and yeah,
Super
There's no
picky.
Xbox. I'm not going.
he's not a good person.
So,
From what I haven't spoken to him in years. So
Yo,
has he gotten
speaking-
any better?
all right,
He's
listen to
shaped
this,
up.
all right? Speaking in recent times, okay? You know, every so often, like any outstanding citizen, I will get a pizza delivered, right? Everyone does it at least once in their life. So,
course.
he
That's
happens
true.
to work for a local pizza chain as a delivery driver.
Okay.
So, sometimes he will show up at my house with a pizza. And whenever I open the door and see him, I'm like, oh my god, it's you! Every time he's like, "Eh." So,
That's how he talks. That's how he talks too. Just,
You have a very nasally voice.
Ooh.
as much as we goof on Kyle, we still like Kyle. Okay, I just want to point that out.
He did
He-
play a
We
lot of
may
video
bully
games with
him,
us.
Yeah.
but it's a love bully. It's not like we actually want to like destroy this person.
No.
We
We
want,
want him to do
better.
well.
Could help out around the house.
Oh, he could have done a lot of things.
Yeah,
There's
there
a
are a
reason
lot.
yeah.
Adam, don't go with what you were about to say there. Just leave that be. I heard the start of that.
But he has done better. He's employed.
There we go.
He
That's
lives on his
much
own.
more positive.
Oh, he lives on his own.
I mean, he
Well,
lives
with
people,
roommates.
but
Okay.
not with his mom.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure
you
that
could say
place
he's
smells
evolved.
great.
because of the bullying.
Yeah, it's
Well-
all because of us.
I don't.
We
well,
talked-
as
myself a pat
I've
on
heard,
the
Yeah.
I think Evan. I think you've heard. I think I've heard you say this. Is like I wouldn't have to bully you if you weren't such a nerd. So
Yeah.
I think that could be Kyle.
Yeah.
But he's not a nerd. He's just he's a bully himself. Actually, he bullied his younger
definitely
sister
bullied
quite
himself.
often.
I mean, if we want to go with
Does
like
not treat
what
himself
I've
well.
said and done to Kyle, we can talk about you throwing pennies at him.
I did do that, yeah.
I've never heard about this. And just chucking
mean-
pennies at people? What the hell?
Well, it wasn't like
Are you a
chucking
sociopath?
it. No. It was like a sleepless night as any like sleepover was, and I remember finding pennies in Jared's bed, and I didn't even think about it. I just like tossed it to Kyle because he's playing a game. He's like, "Eh, wah." And then when I heard that, I was like, I'm gonna do this again.
All I
And,
can is just you laying in bed, right? And you just like roll over and like you're just like, oh, what the
There's
hell?
pennies.
You, like, find a penny and you're like, and you just look at Kyle and you just get really angry and you just
You're
like
like-
whip it at him as hard as
I
you
know what
can.
to do with
That's what
this.
I'm picturing. And then Kyle's just like, it's like that's what I picture.
That's kind of how it went.
The mock Kyle sounds are
This
some of my
man just
favorite things.
Hey, but if you want to talk about someone who bullied Kyle, talk to Jared. He's got so many nicknames for him. I can't even
Oh
tell
yeah,
you.
we're not going to those nicknames. None of those are very nice.
All right, well,
But they
if we're
get along well now. So
If we're gonna change the subject from bullying, I guess probably should segue out of that.
I hope.
Unless you guys
Please.
want to bully some more kids.
Yeah, what
I'd
about
rather
Battle
not.
Block Theater? We bullied each other in that.
You
The game was
bullied
made for
me.
bullying.
I just told really cool stories.
When did I bully you? Oh, I fucking remember that. I think that's on YouTube.
It should
That
be.
butter story?
Yeah.
Butter
No.
story.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure it should still be public. If not, it's unlisted. But I still
Yeah,
have
y'all
it.
can go watch that. I don't want to get into that. That's
It's
a
a really good story.
Should I search butter story on YouTube? Or?
I mean, you
It's-
can just search, go on my channel and search by like oldest, and it should be.
It'll
one
be
of the first
there.
couple.
Oh damn!
But you'll see a butter
it's
stick. I'm sure.
Awful. It's awful story.
No, it's great. But
That's a-
I guess
A
one
field
thing-
trip for all of you listening. You can go find that on the Too Spooky channel.
One thing I wanted to mention that just came to me. So, since we do talk about anime on this podcast most of the time, right? I actually probably wouldn't have gotten back into to anime in the same capacity that I did if it wasn't for you, Joseph. Are you aware of this?
What? What did I do?
So, if you remember in German class,
No, yeah, I remember.
if you remember in German class, one day you're like, "Hey, you need to watch this," and you showed me the first episode of Attack on Titan, right? So basically, you made me aware of the hit website kissanime.com.
Yes, indeed.
I think like
Here's what
literally
it's
a day or two later, I got sick with the flu, so I binged the whole thing while I was sick in bed. To this day, I still think that it was overrated, but now that I am caught up with Attack on Titan, it's a modern classic, 10 out of 10.
No,
I haven't
wonder
seen
you-
the second or third season.
you hide that in here.
Well, anyways.
This far in, you're like, Attack on Titan's overrated. Just
you
throw away
introduced
line.
me to like a site where I could watch things that I've wanted to watch in the past but was never able to, right? So I remember I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch all of Bleach now. You and Chris just bullied the shit out of me.
I remember this. This guy was sitting in German class. This guy's watching Bleach.
I'm like, yeah, dude, Bleach is great. You guys are like, no, Bleach sucks. I'm like, what? I still stand by Bleach is great and y'all suck. All right, I'm just saying that right now.
You know what?
Filler's
I
trash. I'll give you
Didn't
that.
even
There's
know
a lot
enough
of
about
problems.
Bleach to make fun of it. So don't listen to
Wow.
me.
These guys bully me about Bleach. I want you to know that. But
I won't bully
yeah,
about
Don't
Bleach.
include me into that.
Reintroducing me to a
No one
site
is
where I
safe
could
from
watch
bullying.
this shit.
Yeah.
It spiraled me out of
That's
control.
awesome. That is.
So I just
I'm
want you
so
to know
glad.
that I'm thankful for that.
That makes me pretty happy.
Oh, man.
I'm glad I could.
I just
give
wanted
that
to bring
you.
that up, but we can transition to whatever now. I just wanted
Lots
to
of
say that.
wholesomeness in this episode.
Well, this is
Yes,
the
indeed.
throwback lore episode. So
Lore, origins,
The origin
origin
stories.
stories.
Origin stories.
What? Rolls off the tongue.
That's the title of the
Yeah.
episode right there.
It,
Origin with old one tooth in Maine.
Lord, old one tooth, because he has at least one tooth.
I mean, that's what I've heard.
That's me too.
I can tell
Don't
you. It's
elaborate any
fact.
further.
No confirmation or denial. But
I can
yeah,
confirm I have more than one
Please.
tooth. In fact, I have all my teeth.
And
the result.
At least one.
You don't have to lie
but,
to us, Adam.
Yeah, anyways. Yeah, I was just
Okay.
thinking about Battle Block Theater. I know I brought that up and then we moved
My
away
bad.
from it, but that was like, you're fine.
Fine.
I'm
All right,
sorry,
so
I don't
this
understand
game
you.
we play. So, I feel like this is one of the games that all four of us played consistently.
Oh, for
It's a
sure.
great game. Secret level, anybody?
Secret level. Oh,
I made
so
a lot
remember,
of stages.
Yeah, I remember making stages, and I remember playing your dumb stages.
They were great. I
Well-
made some quality, dude. One of my stage like playlists had so
Oh,
many
that's
plays.
right.
It was
One
like
of yours
the
got
top
featured.
10. Yeah, it was like one of the
Oh,
top
wow.
10
That's
for a
amazing.
while. They were great. Y'all just hated on me. I think I had a low rating though, to be honest.
I don't remember them, honestly.
Wow. My art
That's-
just
I don't
transcends your mind, apparently.
I guess.
Yep.
I just remember
Incomprehensible.
Exactly.
playing a lot of the soccer game with us four, I believe, and
Oh, I
just
love that one.
having a lot of fun and enjoying that. Same with Castle Crashers, I think we all played.
Yep.
I don't remember playing that much at all, so I think that was just you all.
I've started Castle Crashers like 12 times and never gotten like to the next world. So
I've probably beaten it like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, Joseph's
Battle
beaten
Block,
that
we went
a
hard.
ton.
We went
Battle
hard,
Block,
Battle
I went. We played on Insane Mode. I played on Insane Mode
Hell
with
yeah.
2 people in this call.
The
yeah,
ending of that game, too, was tremendous.
The what?
sure.
The ending of that game?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You gotta buckle your pants.
Buckle your pants, buckle your
And
pants.
dance. So I think since we're doing the Lorigin here, I did see in the chat on twitch.tv/American_sushi, someone asked, what's the origin of the name Too Spooky? So I know there's a long story for that. Can you tell us it, Brandon?
Oh yeah, it's probably gonna take like an hour, so I hope you're buckled in. But basically,
Yeah, my pants are buckled.
Basically, the meme at the time, if anything was like relatively scary, you'd be like, oh man, that is too spooky for me. So it was a modern meme, and I was like, dude, I'm just gonna take away the for me and call it Too Spooky. My channel's name was actually Just Another Channel. Like that's what the name was for a little while, but then I changed it to that. That's the story.
The end.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Thanks for sitting with me. I know it's been a long, long time coming. It took a
Yep.
while to tell that. I'm glad you all stuck with me.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you for
Thanks for TED Talk.
Are you the host now?
I might be.
Joseph just said thanks for coming.
Oh, well,
We'd love to see you, everybody. Hope to see you again next week.
This is baloney.
I'm calling the cops.
I'm a regular on this show now.
So, I think another game that we all played together was the hit fighting game Soul Calibur. We talked a lot about how we enjoyed Soul Calibur,
That character
and we played
creation.
that together.
Oh, yeah.
And one of Brandon's favorite pastimes was making stupid characters. So, I mean,
That
they,
was the
they,
first
they
upload
weren't.
on my channel. Fun fact.
Some of them
I
were
was
stupid.
looking at it. Yep, I see it right now. 50 character creation showcase.
Yep,
Is Horse in that?
it is. So is
Oh,
Deer Man.
good.
That actually
Horse
has,
and Deer
that is
Man.
So is Human
60K
Penis.
views. Not bad,
Yeah.
dude.
Thank you.
Compared to your other early videos,
Yeah, that one was
that
a
one's
real
like top tier.
standout.
Uh-huh.
That's why I've kept it up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's got all my famous characters in it, like Penis Man and Deer Man, Deer Man,
Horse.
Deer Man Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
I just remember the horse
Evan.
clippity clopping.
Evan, do you remember Jackson?
Jackson.
It's not a person.
Jackson?
It's
What?
Chris's genitalia. Do you remember
Oh,
No!
I remember. Just all scribbled in
this?
purple.
So,
Oh, yeah,
I
now
remember
I
on
do.
Crispy fucking year.
Oh!
okay. So, yeah, we had this friend named Chris, and for some
He was
reason,
a member of the band we talked about earlier.
yes, he was. Yes,
Uh-huh.
I don't even remember how that started.
I think Jenna told us that she accidentally
Yes,
saw it once.
there was a rumor. Yeah, apparently he flashed her at the train bridge. From then on, she started claiming that his penis was purple.
And small and shriveled.
Yes, and bent. And I think you added the bent part at some
did
point.
I?
Evan.
Okay,
I think
cool.
that was your addition. But anyway, I have a picture on my phone of a character created in Soul Calibur to look like Jackson, which is basically just a full purple dude with some giant blue balls, and he's just got like this cylinder sticking off of his shoulder to look like a cock. And that was, I think, the only character I ever made.
Soul Calibur is so great.
Well, you
It
peaked.
was.
I peaked.
That's it.
I peaked with penis creation.
Since we always have a game on this show, the art activity is what it's typically known as. Brandon decided to come up with a new fun one for today.
I did. So usually we draw very terrible anime characters, but I thought since we all
Well,
have
speak for yourself.
okay, sorry. Terrible and worse drawings.
Wow.
Okay, as long as you're speaking for yourself and not about
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Continue.
It's okay. Interpret that however you wish. Anyways, so since we all have a background playing Soul Calibur together and making stupid characters, I figured what the guessing game today is going to be is all the boys here, aside from myself, I'm going to show a Soul Calibur creation that is based on a pop culture character, and it is your job to guess it right. I guess
Alright.
how we usually do it is that there'll be a full point if you can guess the name, but a half a point if you can guess what it's from. So I think we should
Okay.
probably still apply that to this, but you will all be working together.
Okay.
All right. Teamwork.
Great. That's what I like to hear.
Easy.
So I know, Evan, you know one of these, so I'm going to have to ask you not to
Okay, I
interject
won't.
with that one.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
the only one you're off limits for.
Sweet.
But the rest, feel free to try and grab these points, okay? So you can also
Easy.
play along at home. Unfortunately, I did not get together, like, comparison pictures, so I'm just going to tell you what it's from. We'll do that in post this time around. But they're all so accurate and delicious that you'll never be able to not get it right.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
I have a quick
these are
question.
very accurate. All right, Adam, go ahead. What is your question?
Do we all have to agree on one answer and then say it, or can we just throw out answers?
All right, well, let's see. Are you guys thinking hard mode, or are you thinking easy mode? Let me ask you that.
If we're gonna play, I'd say hard. Then why
Hard
not just
mode.
go for
You
it?
guys have to collectively give me one answer.
Oh,
One answer!
yeah.
All right, let's do it.
collectively.
All right,
Team-
easy.
I'm ready.
All right, so I'm going to have to ask you three to transition over to the live stream so that you can
All
see
right,
these
watching
pictures.
it.
Show
Already
them.
there.
On my screen.
Oh, good. All right, well, I will start with the first one.
All right.
Oh, I know that.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I know
okay,
who that
yep,
is.
I
I
got
know
it.
who that is easily.
I know it. I know
All right, so
So
should we all say it
we're gonna say it.
simultaneously?
3, 2, 1.
Actually, I'm
You
not
can
entirely
all work together
convinced.
Or say it.
You're
well,
not-
The problem is if you guys say it 3, 2, 1, and I get different answers, I'm going to be a little upset.
So,
Okay,
but can
You
we
guys
well,
have to.
can we
We got
collaborate
this.
prior
Well,
to
let's
it and
come
say
together.
names?
Oh, of course.
And then,
Like you guys can be
okay.
like, "Hey, I think it's this," and it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"No, you're wrong, idiot."
All right. Do y'all think it's
You
Peter
got to
Griffin?
agree at the end.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
Peter
it's
Griffin.
It's that. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So final
So-
answer, Peter Griffin.
It's Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
From Family Guy.
Okay, you have successfully got
I-
yourselves 1.5 points. Congratulations.
Easy.
boys.
What the
Yes.
fuck is on the top of his head?
That's
like
what
a
I.
mist.
That's
It's
what
his
threw me
hair.
off.
It's his
That's
hair.
his
What are you
hair.
talking
Of
about?
course, it's his hair. It looks red, but all right.
All right. Anyway, so the next up here.
All right.
So this one's gonna be a little bit harder to guess, I have to say.
Okay.
I am lost.
I am
I don't
on
know.
top of this.
Oh, I know who
am
that is.
On top of this.
I know who that is too.
Choo choo, motherfuckers.
Oh, I thought it was Waluigi.
Is it the train?
Is it
It's
Thomas?
Thomas the Dank Engine.
Thomas.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got 3 full points now, boys. Oh
Nice.
my
Joseph
Lord.
coming in clutch.
Easy. Coming in clutch. Yeah.
All right, now here we go. This one might be a little harder.
What?
You know,
in-
I also
Oh,
have
I
to
know
say-
who that is.
Oh.
That's
I also have to
Kirby.
say these are in no
What is-
particular
It's
order.
Kirby.
That's gotta be Kirby. There's no way that's not
No,
Kirby.
It's
I have no idea.
Wait, is that
honestly.
the-
I
is
think
that,
of ET almost.
I'm thinking of the fucking. I think it's from Ninja Turtles.
No.
Crawl?
He said-
Is it Crawl?
All right, I'm
No,
gonna need a
there's
That
no
seems
way.
super specific.
No, he's
He
got
said
like
it
a
would be-
squid in his belly.
He
It's
said it
probably
would
Kirby.
be.
It's
He said it
probably
would be
Kirby.
someone we all know. It's either Kirby or the Blobfish.
I think it's Kirby.
I need an
I
answer.
think
gonna
it's
s-
Kirby.
I'll say
God,
Kirby.
those
Why not?
eyes haunt me.
Kirby is correct, boys.
Oh, I'm
Kirby
good.
is
That's such a
correct.
scary
Hey Adam,
Kirby.
you want to
Alright.
pull your weight here?
I.
Adam.
Excuse me. I'm trying my best.
That was a brilliant Kirby, by the way.
There you go.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, it's gone.
Like, yeah, it's
Sorry,
just-
I accidentally switched something around, so I had to make sure I.
Oh, it's Chicken
That's
Little.
Kirby again.
All
I'm
right.
good.
well, that.
It's Chicken Little from
Man,
the
I
Sky's
love
Falling.
these, Brandon. These
There
are
we
really
go. Adam got it.
Chicken Little.
Is that what you guys want to go for?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Sky's Falling, right?
Damn,
Sky
you guys
is
are. I
falling.
think the movie is actually just called Chicken Little, but yeah, that is.
Yeah,
Chicken
it is.
Little.
Yeah.
Oh.
So congratulations, boys.
perfect
You guys
right
are
now.
killing it. I love it. I love it. Okay.
Great.
Maybe I went too easy. on you.
likenesses. There's
Maybe I went
great
too easy
likenesses
on
in
you.
these characters. So.
Oh, that's Willy.
Is it
Wonka.
Willy Wonka? Yeah,
God,
okay.
look at that chocolate bar.
That was
amazing.
Bro, he gonna give you his golden ticket. You better watch out.
Oh,
So
right,
I'm
we
guessing
roll.
you guys got this one.
that's
Yeah,
really-
You
Willy
agree
Wonka.
with us, Adam?
I do.
All right.
So I'm gonna need the answer. Somebody say it, please.
Willy Wonka,
From.
from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
All right.
Boom, a
If
shakalaka.
anybody would have said Charlie and Chocolate Factory, you all
You
got
would have been
shafted, bro.
I was gonna say it, so I'm
That's
glad I
Gene
just
Wilder. Right,
Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah. Superior. version.
Woo!
Oh Lord, it's Jinx.
Oh, I know. That's Jinx from Pokemon.
Oh my God, that's the face on the belly.
I
That's so
never.
good.
I don't play
flawless.
Pokemon,
That's
so.
so good. The hair. I love it.
So final answer.
Jinx
Yep.
from Pokemon.
From.
Pokemon.
Okay, you got 9.
Wait, do we have to
points.
get the
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
degeneration?
I know.
If you
Gen-
want to go that
that's
hard, I will also accept the
That's-
generation.
Gen 1.
Is it Gen 1? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
100%.
one
All
more
right,
Gen
let's
1
not
animosity.
question. We got full points.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need
Alright.
more questions.
I really hope that you guys.
I'm confused.
The funniest
Oh,
shit
yeah,
I've
it totally
ever
is.
seen.
So,
God.
final answer, boys.
Pickle Rick from Rick and Morty.
From Rick and Morty. All right, now you're officially at 10.5 points, guys.
Oh my God.
Lord. All right, we've got
all
two
these
more.
birds.
Two more.
This is
I
going to be
hate,
the
so-
highest score that we'll ever get on
We're gonna
these.
perfect this. We're gonna nail this.
Well, I don't know about that, but
All right,
we're gonna do
Evan. This is the one that you
can't
cannot
talk,
help
okay.
on.
Okay.
It's gotta be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, right?
Joseph
know-
and Adam, it's just you two working together.
Oh man.
I mean, what color is he? Green? I'm colorblind, but
he's green, but like he doesn't
So-
have a face, so I feel like that's significant.
I see where you're coming from, but also, where would you fit a face in that fucking shell?
Is it a clam with a tail?
I'm gonna need your
Or-
final answer.
That's what
I don't know what else it could
I
be.
really-
Like, I think I have to roll Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, but if you have a better idea, I'm
Which
able.
turtle
I'm
would it
willing.
be, Adam? Which turtle would it be?
Does it need to be specified? I don't know.
Yes,
Yeah, there's 4 turtles.
4 turtles.
Well, what do you think?
I have no idea. I have not a gosh darn clue.
I mean,
looks like I might
I
have
don't
stumped
either,
you.
and that's my only
I
one.
think this
So
one's pretty easy, actually.
You do, huh? You do, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, I do.
you might be thinking a little too hard. I'll give you
I
that.
might-
You are for
I
sure.
might
I
thinking
mean,
too
feel
hard.
real
that's all I
stupid
can
when
roll
it's-
with.
When it's.
But I'm
okay.
gonna need an answer, boys. I'm gonna have to count you down.
Do you want to roll with
Well-
mine?
Yep, go for it, Adam. I don't have anything.
All right, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the show Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Raph here.
Wrong! You guys don't get any points, bro. It's a pistachio
Get-
from
get-
the hit show
Oh,
Nuts.
Pistachio.
so
It's
stupid.
a pistachio.
It's a pistachio.
Oh, that's easy, huh?
yeah.
I
just
get
a
it
nut.
now.
It's just
God.
a nut.
Damn it.
I mean,
From
you were
the hit
right,
show.
Joseph.
That
I
was
just didn't know where else
almost
to go with
sweet,
it.
but I'm glad I have
You
one.
guys
there to
ruined
stump
it
you.
for me.
Damn it.
All
I
right.
was so pumped.
Now the
Should've-
final one
Bum,
might be
bum.
very hard to get. Honestly, it's
Oh,
super.
no.
That's hot, dude.
I saw that one before, too.
Holy Lord. Sonic.
That's
Sexy Sonic.
Oh, it is Sonic.
Is it Sonic or is it
It's-
Sonic?
Are you going to dock me for saying Sonic?
I'm not the one. I'm
guys
not
have to
the
decide.
host.
You guys
Well,
have to
I-
decide.
Sonic the Hedgehog from the video game Sonic the Hedgehog.
Is that the final answer for the
That's
boys?
a final answer.
I'm okay with that.
All right,
Okay.
let me see
I
what
think it's
they
from the movie.
say. Oh, did they not
From the
put
movie.
the name in?
Oh, shit.
I was gonna
Pose.
say from the movie, to be fair, so I think I'll give you guys that one.
All right,
there
I told you.
Wait, there is one more that I want
Oh,
to
good.
try and give you guys just to see if you can get it for the final answer. But
Okay.
right now, you guys are at a solid 12 points.
Is that like extra credit to make up for
This is
them
extra
ruining
credit.
the pistachio one?
Totally right. Pistachio.
Pistachio.
All right. The only thing is, I
Great.
don't know how I'm gonna put this on here without you guys knowing what the hell it is. So,
I'm ready to see it.
I'm
I'm
to know
prepared.
what it is.
what is
Okay.
this right here?
Which one?
The red
The
one?
red one.
Okay, he's got eyes on his pants.
Okay, I did see the name, so I'm not going to comment.
All right, it's up to these two.
I have no
I'll just be
fucking clue.
honest.
Fuck, dude. I wish I could see the front.
He's playing as Valdo though.
Oh, that's
Wow,
good to know.
that's
Thanks, Adam.
that gives it.
Is it Nemo?
Emo.
I
Adam.
don't know, man.
I mean, he's got white hands or something.
He's got some barbs. Is that a tail? What the hell is that?
I'm gonna need an answer.
Is he
please.
a dragon? I don't know. I'm lost. I have no clue. I don't even know what to guess. So
I'm stumped, man.
So
I'm gonna have to go with Nemo. I'm going with
I
Nemo.
mean, I'm cool with that.
If I didn't see it, I would have guessed Mr. Krabs or Zoidberg, but
Oh yeah.
All right, I will show you the answer now based on what
But
it can transform into.
I did see it.
So
Magikarp? No fucking way.
It's,
basically, if you go into the Voldo
It's
stand,
magic.
Oh, it
you can
is.
jump around as magic.
T Wizard. You fucking Raph's Revenge. You fucking
Amazing.
nailed it.
So yeah, that was just hard mode for the boys for the final one here.
Oh, look at him.
That's
But yeah,
That's
you guys finished with a
impressive.
solid 12 points. You only technically got one wrong since that was a bonus. I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you.
That's pretty
This
good.
is the
Thanks.
best
I
score
might
we've
have made it a
had
little
so
too
far.
easy, in all honesty. I should have tried a little harder. I'm kind of sad, but
Yeah, for
it was
round
still
two,
good.
I won't
Pistachio.
take it easy.
I'm
I
always
won't
happy
take it
looking
easy.
at good Soul Calibur characters.
Yeah, and I would
That's
say all
fun.
of those were good.
Those were all very good. Yeah. Great likenesses.
I particularly liked the Pickle Rick.
That was.
I'm a fan of the Thomas one.
Yeah, that was great too.
I'm glad you knew that one because I was confused.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that. I thought it was Waluigi.
Well, you were wrong.
Yeah, you're right. That's why it's a team game.
Exactly.
All right, in closing here, it's been really fun catching up with you
Absolutely.
guys
For sure.
and
Likewise.
giving the lore to the people, the origins.
I hope it was pretty fun
It was
It,
a blast.
it was very
Definitely
interesting.
needed.
for everyone watching and everyone involved.
And-
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, so is there anything you guys would like to say in closing?
Yeah,
Adam or
anything you wanna
Joseph?
plug?
Shit. I mean,
So I'll
Yeah,
just say,
subscribe
I'm
to Too
not.
Spooky on YouTube.
Oh,
Don't do that. Don't listen to this guy.
you can add Adam on Snapchat, but not really. It's a prank.
Yeah, please don't. Yeah, I don't really. I'm not active on social media, so I'm not gonna shout myself out at all.
Do
But
you have any
I've-
closing wisdom that you'd like to give?
Yeah, give us a thought, Adam. Or maybe
know-
tell us a joke.
Yeah, that could work.
You got plenty
I'll
of
tell you a
those.
joke. So there's an accident at Spaghetti Junction. All right, it's pretty tragic.
God damn it.
12 people were injured, and 16 passed away.
That's
Rip.
sad.
Nice.
F in the
I thought,
chat.
I thought you were gonna tell us. I thought you were gonna tell us the monk joke.
Oh, we don't want to sit through that. But I will
That's another
say
day.
that
For next
I've
time.
enjoyed my time on here. It's been fun to reconnect, and you know, if you ever want me on again, like I'm not knowledgeable on anime whatsoever, but if it's another topic, let me know. Even if it's talking about anime,
Yes.
I'm always down to come on. So,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
so let me
It's a-
know.
I think
Fucking
we can
great
make that
time
happen.
talking to you guys again.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. And so,
For
for
sure.
everyone watching or listening at home, this was streamed live on twitch.tv/American_sushi. You can follow us on Twitter at Sushi Podcast.
Indeed.
We're also on Spotify under American Sushi Podcast and YouTube at American Sushi Podcast.
Yeah. Actually, I think on YouTube it's just American Sushi. But
Shit.
you can search American Sushi Podcast and you'll find us easier.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you will.
But it's been a great time. Thank you both for spending some quality time with us, taking some time
Absolutely.
out of your day.
I'd be
Oh,
more back to coming.
I'm
anytime
always
as well.
down.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
We will definitely keep that close in heart.
Mm-hmm.
So we like to end these podcasts off with a random question that no one's going to be expecting. So it's my turn today.
All right.
And the question that I have for the audience, why do you think Adam is nicknamed Old One Tooth? Give us your answers below. We're never going to tell you if you're correct, but I really want to know your theories. You can,
It's a
if you're
nickname for
watching-
only those two. You gotta throw that
Okay.
out
Did we
there.
spoil that? Did
We
no,
did,
we
but
didn't.
you can say we definitely said
Several
it in
times.
the
No,
podcast.
we did not
but-
spoil the correct
I-
answer, okay? No one will
Okay,
ever
that'll
know.
be cut. That might be cut out then, but
No one.
you can say the origin of that name. Where did it come from?
Yeah, why is he called
if
Old
anything.
One Tooth? That's all I
All
want
right.
to know. I want to hear your theories. But anyways, thanks for coming out, everybody. Thanks to our two guests. And we'll see you soon
Hey.
with the next
Thanks for having us.
podcast.
Glad to be here.
Bye.
Bye.